Hello everyone, welcome you all the beautiful souls in Taurani Yogini channel. Today 21st June 2021, as we all know that today is observed as International Day of Yoga. So let's celebrate this day by practicing the common yoga protocols. I request everyone to settle down and come in any meditative posture to start the practice session. Bring your hands in Gyan Mudra. We will start this yogic practice with the prayer to enhance the benefit of practice. Keep your back erect and close your eyes slowly. Take a deep inhale, slowly exhale, and again inhale, and bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest. Again take a deep inhale. Sangachatvam sambodadvam sambo manamsi janatam devo vagam yatha purve sanchanana upasate. Take a deep inhale, slowly exhale and rub your palm. Now place it over your eyes softly and open your eye inside your palm and slowly release your hands. To start the Chalana Kriyas, I request everyone to come in standing posture. Chalana Kriyas or loosening practices help to increase microcirculation. Stand with the feet 2 to 3 inches apart. Keep the hands straight beside the body. We will start with the neck bending. Keep your hands on the waist. While exhaling, move the head forward slowly and try to touch the chin to the chest. While inhaling, move the head up and bend back comfortably. Let's continue for one more round. Take a deep inhale, exhale and move your head forward. Slowly take a deep inhale and move your head upward and go for backward bending. Now inhale and bring to the normal. Next practice is right and left bending. While exhaling, bend the head slowly to the right. Bring the ear as close as possible to the shoulder without raising the shoulder. While inhaling, bring the head to the normal position. Similarly, while exhaling, bend the head to the left side. Inhale and bring the head up to the normal position. We will go for one more round. Exhale and bend towards the right side. Inhale and bring to the normal position. Exhale and bend towards the left side. Inhale and bring the head up to the normal position. Next is right and left twisting. So keep the head upright. While exhaling, gently turn the head to the right so that the chin is in line with the shoulder. While inhaling, bring the head to the normal position. Similarly, while exhaling, turn the head to the left. Inhale and bring the head to the normal position. We will continue with one more round. Inhale and while exhaling, gently turn the head to the right side. Again, inhale and bring the head to the normal position. Again, exhale and turn the head to the left side. Inhale and bring the head to the normal position. Next, we are going to practice is neck rotation. Exhale and bend the head forward to touch the chin to the chest. Inhale slowly and rotate the head clockwise in a circular motion. Exhale while coming down. Do a full rotation. Again, let's go for one more round. Inhale slowly and rotate to the head clockwise in a circular motion. Exhale while coming down. Then rotate the head in an anti-clockwise direction. Inhale, go back and exhale, come down. Again, inhale, go back, and exhale, come down. Now take a deep inhale, and while exhaling, relax your hands and keep beside your body. Next, we are going to practice the shoulder movement. First, shoulder stretch. Keep the feet together, the body straight, and the arm by the sides. While inhaling, raise your both arms sideways above your head and with the palm outward. Exhale and bring it down in the same manner. Palm must be open with finger together. Next is shoulder rotation. Bring your both hands up to the shoulder level from the sideways, and now face your palm towards the sky. Bend your elbows and place your fingers at the respective shoulder. Inhale and raise your elbow and bring them back when you exhale. Try to touch the elbow in front of the chest on the forward movement. Stretch the elbow back in the backward movement and touch the side of the trunk while coming down. We will go for one more round. Inhale and raise your elbow and bring them back when you exhale. Reverse. Inhale while raising the elbow and exhale while bringing them down. Again, inhale while raising the elbows and exhale while bringing them down. Take a deep inhale, and while exhaling, relax your hands. Next, we are going to practice the trunk movement. So, keep the legs about 2 to 3 feet apart. Raise both the arms up to the shoulder level and with palm facing each other and keep them parallel. While exhaling, twist the body towards the left side so that the right palm touches the left shoulder. Come back with inhalation. While exhaling, twist the body towards the right side so that the left palm touches the right shoulder. Come back with the inhalation. We will go for another round. Exhale and twist the body towards the left side. Inhale and bring back to the forward. And again exhale and bring towards the right side. Inhale and bring towards the forward. Take a deep inhale, and while exhaling, relax your hands. Now we will move towards the knee movement. Keep your legs 2 to 3 inches apart. Inhale, lift your arms up to the shoulder level, palm facing downward. While exhaling, bend the knees and bring down the body to the semi-squatting position. In the final position, both the arms and the thigh should be parallel to the ground. Inhale and straighten the body. Exhale while bringing down the hands. Now we will move towards the yoga asanas. First, standing posture. First asana that we are going to practice is Star Asana, that is also known as palm tree posture. Stand with feet 2 inches apart. Avoid lifting the heels in case of arthritis, varicose veins, and vertigo. Now inhale, lift your arms up to the shoulder level in the front. Interlock the fingers and turn the wrist outward. Now again inhale, raise the arms up above your head. Raise the heels off the floor and balance on the toes as you raise your arms. Stay in this position for another 10 to 30 seconds. These asanas bring stability in the body, help to clear up congestions of the spinal nerves, and correct faulty posture. While holding, keep your breathing in normal. Now slowly bring the heels down. Exhale, release the interlock of your fingers and bring the arms down and come back to the standing posture. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Vrksasana, that is also known as the tree posture. Please avoid this practice in case of arthritis or vertigo. Stand with feet 2 inches apart. Focus on a point in front. Exhale, hold and bend the right leg, then place the foot on the inner side of the left thigh. The heel should be touching the perineum region. Inhale and extend the arm up and join the palms together for Namaskar Mudra. Stay in this position for another 10 to 30 seconds and keep your breathing in normal. This asana helps to improve neuromuscular coordination, balance, endurance, alertness, and concentration. Now, while exhaling, bring the arms down, release the right leg and bring it to the initial position. Now, we will practice from another side. Take a deep inhale and while exhaling, hold and bend the left leg, then place the foot on the inner side of the right thigh. The heels should be touching the perineum region. Inhale and extend the arm up and join the palms together for Namaskar Mudra. Stay in this position for another 10 to 30 seconds and make sure your breathing is in normal and focus on one point to balance your body. Now, slowly exhale and bring the arms down. Release the left leg and bring it to the initial position. Next asana that we are going to practice is Padahastasana, which is also known as the hands to feet posture. Please avoid this practice in case of cardiac disorder, vertebral and disc disorder, abdominal inflammation, hernia and ulcers, glaucoma, myopia, vertigo. To start the practice, stand straight with feet apart 2 inches. Inhale slowly and rest the arm up. Stretch up the body from the waist. Exhale and bend forward until both palms rest on the ground. Stretch the back to make it straight as much as possible. Maintain this final posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. Make the spine flexible, improve digestion and help in overcoming menstrual problems with these asanas. Now, inhale and come up slowly to the upright position and stretch the arm straight above the head. Exhale and slowly return to the starting position in the reverse order. Next asana that we are going to practice is Ardha Chakrasana, which is also known as the half wheel posture. Avoid this posture in case of vertigo or hypertensive patients should be bent with care. Stand straight with feet 2 inches apart. Support the back at the side of the waist with the fingers. Try to keep the elbows parallel. Drop the head backward, stretching the neck muscle. As you inhale, bend backward from the lumbar region, exhale and relax and remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. These asanas make the spine flexible and strengthen the spinal nerves and muscle. Helps in management of cervical spondylitis. Now, slowly inhale and come to the normal position. Relax your hands. Next asana that we are going to practice is Trikonasana, which is also known as the triangle posture. Avoid this posture in case of slip discs, sciatica, and after undergoing abdominal surgery. Do not try beyond limits and overdo the lateral stretch. If one cannot touch the feet, one can reach for the knee instead. So to practice, stand with your feet with 2 to 3 feet apart. Inhale slowly and rest both the arm sideways up to the shoulder level. Turn the right foot towards the right side. Exhale slowly, bend to the right side and place the right hand finger just behind the right foot. The left arm straight in line with the right arm. Turn the left palm forward. Turn your head and gaze at the tip of the left middle finger. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. These asanas make the spine flexible, strengthen calf, thigh and waist muscles and improve lung capacity. Now, slowly inhale and come to the normal position. Now we will practice these asanas from the another side, that is left side. Inhale slowly, rest both the arms sideways up to the shoulder level. Turn the left foot towards the left side. Exhale slowly, bend to the left side and place the left hand finger just behind the left foot. The right arm straight in line with the left arm. Turn the right palm forward. Turn your head and gaze at the tip of the right middle finger. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds and make sure the breathing is in normal. Now slowly inhale and back to the normal position. Next asana will be in sitting posture. I request everyone to come in long sitting position. Sit erect with both the legs stretched forward. Support the back with hands. Body should be relaxed totally. This is called as Visramasana. Asanas that we are going to practice is Vajrasana. For this, sit straight with the legs stretched out in the front. Avoid this practice in case of severe arthritis and sciatica. Now put the sole of your feet together. Inhale and pull your heel as close as possible up to the perineum region. This is the final position. Stay in this position for another 10 to 30 minutes with normal breathing. These asanas help to keep the body firm and stabilize the mind, help during pregnancy and relieves abdominal pain often experienced during the menstruation. Next asanas that we are going to practice in this sitting position is Vajrasana, which is also known as Thunderbolt posture. For this, sit with extended legs together, hands by the side of the body, palm resting on the ground, fingers pointing forward. Persons suffering from piles should not practice this asana. Those who are suffering from knee pain and ankle injury should avoid this practice. Now, fold the right leg at the knee and place the foot under the right buttock. Similarly, fold the left leg. Place the left foot under the left buttock. Place both the heels so that the big toes touching each other. Position of the buttocks in the space between the heels. Keep both hands on respective knees. Keep the spine erect, gaze in front or close the eye. This asana is good for digestion, strengthen thigh muscles and calf muscles. While returning to the starting position, bend a little toward right side, take out your left leg and extend it. Similarly, extend your right leg and return to the starting position. And now relax in Visramasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Ardha Ustrasana, which is also known as the half camel posture. Now fold your legs and sit in Vajrasana. In case of hernia and abdominal injuries, arthritis and vertigo, please avoid doing this asana. Now stand on your knees. Knees should be apart of 2 to 3 inches. Place the hands on the hip with fingers pointing downward. Keep the elbows and shoulders parallel. Bend the head back and stretch the neck muscle. Inhale and bend the trunk backward as much as possible. Now exhale and relax. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds. Thighs should be perpendicular to the ground. Your breathing should be in normal. These asanas help to strengthen back and neck muscles, relieve constipations and back pain, and also increases blood circulation to the head and cardiac region. To return, with inhalations, come in Vajrasana. Next posture that we are going to practice is Ustrasana, that is also known as camel posture. Those suffering from heart disease or hernia should not practice it. From the Vajrasana, Come in kneeling posture. Feet and knees should be apart of 2 to 3 inches. While inhaling, bend backward. Place the right palm on the right heel and left palm on the left heel and exhale. Be careful not to jerk the neck while bending backward. In final position, thigh will be vertical to the floor and head tilt backward. Weight of the body should be evenly distributed on the arms and legs. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with the normal breathing. This asana is extremely useful for the defective eyesight. This is also useful in relieving back and neck pain. It helps to reduce fat over the abdomen and hips. It is helpful in digestion problem and cardiorespiratory disorder. With inhalation, return to the Vajrasana. Next asana that we are going to practice is Sasank Asana, that is also known as the hare posture. Please avoid this posture in case of acute backache. Patients with osteoarthritis of the knee should avoid these asanas. From the Vajrasana, spread both the knees wide apart. Keep the big toes touching. Inhale, keep the palm between the knees. Exhale and bend forward with arms outstretched and place the chin on the ground. Keep the arm parallel. Look in front and maintain the posture. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with the normal breathing. These asanas help to reduce stress and anxiety, also tones up reproductive organs, relieve constipation, improve digestion, and helps to relieve back pain. Inhale and come up. Come back to Vajrasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Uttana Mandakasanas, which is also known as stretch up frog posture. Person with severe knee joint pain should not perform it. From the Vajrasana, spread both the knees wide apart while big toes touching each other. Raise your right arm, fold it from elbow and take it backward above the left shoulder and place the palm on the left shoulder blade. Now fold left arm similarly and place the palm on the right shoulder blade. Maintain in these asanas for another 10 to 30 seconds and the breathing should be in normal. These asanas is helpful in back and neck pain, especially cervical spondylosis. These asanas also improve the diaphragmatic movement and lungs capacity. Come back from this posture, inhale and release your both arms and come back to the Vajrasana. Again, release the Vajrasana and come back to the Dandasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Vakrasana, which is also known as the spinal twist posture. Please avoid this posture in case of acute back pain, spinal disorder, or after abdominal surgery and during menstruation. From the Dandasana, bend the right leg and place the right foot beside the left knee. Bring the left arm and around the knee and clasp the right big toe or place the palm beside the foot. Take the right arm back and keep the palm on the ground with the back straight. Exhale, twist your body to the right. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with the normal breathing. These asanas help to increase flexibility of the spine. Inhale, take out your hands and exhale to relax. We will perform these asanas from the another side, that is left side. Bend the left leg and place the left foot beside the right knee. Bring the right arm around the left knee and clasp the left big toe or place the palm beside the left foot. Take the right arm back and keep the palm on the ground with the back straight. Exhale, twist your body to the left. Remain in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. These asanas also stimulates pancreas function and helps in the management of diabetics. Now to return in the normal position, inhale, take out your hands and exhale and relax your legs. Now we will go for the proline posture. So I request everyone to lie down with the stomach. First asana that we are going to practice in proline posture is Makrasana. Avoid this practice in case of pregnancy and frozen shoulder. Lie down on your stomach with feet wide apart, toe pointing outward. Bend both the arms and place the right palm on the left palm. Place the head either left or right on the arm. Keep the eye closed and relax the whole body. This is Makrasana. Relax in this posture for another 10 to 30 seconds. This asana promotes relaxation of the whole body, helps in recovery of back problem, indicated to counter stress and anxiety. We are going to practice the remaining asanas from this posture. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Bhujangasana, which is also known as the cobra posture. Those who have undergone abdominal surgery should avoid these asanas for 2 to 3 months. Those who suffer from hernia ulcers should not practice these asanas. Now join your legs and stretch your arm. Keep the forehead on the ground. Now place your hand just beside the body. Keep your palms beside the chest and rest your elbow where they are. Inhale, slowly lift the head and chest up to the navel region. Keep the elbows parallel and maintain the posture for another 10 to 30 seconds. Breathing should be in normal. These asanas relieve stress, reduces abdominal fat and relieves constipation, and also helps to relieve backache and bronchial problems. Now slowly exhale and rest your forehead on the ground and come back to the Makrasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Salavasana, the locust posture. Please proceed continuously in case of severe lower back pain. People with high blood pressure, peptic ulcers and hernia should also avoid this posture. From the Makrasana, rest the chin on the floor. Keep the both hands beside the body, palm facing upward. Inhale, rest the leg off the floor as much as you can without bending the knees. Extend the arm and legs with ease, lifting the body on the floor. Stay in this position for another 10 to 30 seconds and breathing should be normal. These asanas relieve in sciatica and lower back ache, helps to reduce fat in the thighs and buttocks, good in weight management, also helps to improve lung capacity. Now exhale and bring the legs down towards the floor and relax in Makrasana. Now we will move towards the supine position. I request everyone to lie down on your back. First asanas that we are going to practice is Setubandhasana, which is also known as the bridge posture. People suffering from ulcers and hernia etc. should not practice these asanas. Bend both the legs at the knees and bring the heels near the buttocks. While holding both the ankles firmly, keep the knee and feet in one straight line. Inhale, slowly rest your buttocks and trunk up as much as you can to form a bridge. In the final position, the both shoulders, neck, head remain in contact with the floor. If required, in the final position, you can support your body at the waist with your hands. Remain in this position for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. These asanas helps to relieve depression, anxiety, and strengthen lower back muscle. It also stretches abdominal organs, improves digestion, and helps to relieve constipation. Now slowly exhale and return to the original position and relax in Savasana. Next asana that we are going to practice is Uttana Padasana, which is also known as rest with posture. People with hypertension and back pain shall practice it with one leg alternatively without holding the breath. Lie comfortably on the ground with legs stretched out. Hands should be placed by the side. While inhaling, slowly rest both the legs without bending them at the knees and bring them to 30-degree angle with the ground. Maintain the position for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. This asana helps in balancing the navel center. It is helpful in relieving abdominal pain, indigestion, and diarrhea. It strengthens the abdominal and pelvic floor muscles, effective in overcoming depression and anxiety. Now, exhale and slowly bring both the legs down and place them on the ground. Now, relax in Savasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Ardha Halasana, which is also known as half-ploughed posture. Those who have abdominal injuries, hernia, and lower back pain should avoid this asana. Keep the hands beside the body and palm resting on the ground. Inhale, slowly rest your leg together without bending knees and bring them up to 90-degree angle with the ground. The body from the hip to the shoulders should be kept straight. Maintain this position comfortably for another 10 to 30 seconds with normal breathing. These asanas relieve constipation, beneficial for hypertensive patients but need to be practiced under supervision. Exhale, slowly bring the legs down to the ground with lifting the head. Relax in Savasana. Next asanas that we are going to practice is Pawan Muktasana, which is also known as the wind releasing posture. Please avoid this practice in case of abdominal injuries, hernia, sciatica, severe back pain, and during pregnancy. Lie down flat on the back, bend both the knees, exhale, bring both the knees towards the chest, inhale, interlock the fingers and clasp chin below knees, exhale, rest the head till your chin touches the knees and relax. Now, bring the head back to the ground. While exhaling, bring the leg back to the floor and rest in Savasana. Next posture that we are going to practice is the Savasana, which is also known as the corpse or the dead body posture. Just lie down on your back with arm and leg comfortably apart, palm facing upward, eye closed. Relax the whole body consciously. Before aware of natural breath and allow it to become slow and shallow. Remain in the position till you feel refreshed and relaxed. This Savasana helps to relieve all kind of tension and give rest to both body and mind. Relaxes the whole psychophysiological system. The mind, which is constantly attracted to the outer world, take a U-turn and move inward, thus gradually setting absorbed. As the mind turned quiet and absorbed, the practitioner remained undisturbed by the external environment. Now slowly move your fingers and toes. Take a deep inhale and while exhaling, turn towards the left or right side and come in sitting position. I request everyone to come in any meditative posture, Sukhasana, Padmasana or Vajrasana. Now we are going to perform a Kapalbhati. Sit in any comfortable posture, close your eye and relax the whole body. Please avoid this practice in case of cardiac condition, high blood pressure, chronic bleeding in the nose, epilepsy, migraine, stroke, hernia, gastric ulcer, pregnancy and during menstruation cycle. Now inhale deeply through both nostrils, expand the chest, expel the breath with forceful contractions of the pelvic and abdominal muscles and inhale passively. Now inhale. And while exhaling, we will go for the 30 repeat breaths. Let's start. Now, take a deep inhale and slowly exhale. Kapalbhati purifies the frontal air sinuses, helps to overcome cough disorder. It is useful in treating cold, asthma and bronchial infection. It rejuvenates the whole body and keeps the face glowing and vibrant. Next, we'll move towards the pranayama. First pranayama that we are going to practice is Nari Sodhana or Anulom Vilom, which is also known as alternate nostril breathing. Now, sit in any comfortable posture. Keep the spine and head straight with eye closed. Relax the body with few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Keep the left palm on the left knee in Gyan Mudra and the right palm should be in Nasika Mudra. Place the ring and small finger on the left nostril and fold the middle and index finger. Place the right thumb on the right nostril. Open the left nostril. Breathe in from the left nostril. Close the left nostril with the small and ring finger and release the thumb from the right nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Next, inhale through the right nostril. At the end of inhalation, close the right nostril, open the left nostril and exhale through it. For the Nari Sodhana, it induces tranquility and helps to improve concentration, increases vitality and lowers the level of stress and anxiety, and it also alleviates cough disorder. Next pranayama is Sitali Pranayama. Those who are suffering from severe cold, cough or tonsillitis should not do this pranayama. Sit in Padmasana or any other comfortable posture. Place the hands on the knees in Gyan Mudra. Roll the tongue from the side to shape it as a tube. Inhale through this tube-shaped tongue. Fill the lungs with the air to their maximum capacity. Take the tongue inside the mouth and close the mouth. Then slowly exhale through both the nostrils. This pranayama helps in cooling effect on body and mind. It is beneficial for persons suffering from high blood pressure. It satisfies thirst and appears hunger. It relieves the indigestion and disorder caused by cough. It destroys the disorder of gulma and spleen or other related disease. It is beneficial for skin and eye. Next pranayama that we are going to practice is Brahmari Pranayama. Sit in any comfortable position. Please avoid this practice in case of nose and ear infection. Now, keep your back erect, eye closed. Inhale deeply through the nose. Close the eye with the index finger. Place the middle finger side of nose, don't close it. Mouth with ring finger and small finger. And ear with the thumb. This is also called Sanmukhi Mudra. Now take a deep inhale and while exhaling, slowly in a controlled manner while making a deep steady humming sound such as the black bee. So take a deep inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale and exhale. The practice of Brahmari relieves stress and helps in alleviating anxiety, anger, and hyperactivity. The resonance effect of humming sound creates a soothing effect on the nervous system and mind. It is a great tranquilizer found good in the management of stress-related disorder. It is a useful preparatory pranayama for concentration and meditation. Now we will move to the Dhyan part. Dhyan or meditation is an act of continuous contemplation. Sit in any comfortable posture. Keep your spine comfortably erect. Adopt Gyan Mudra or Dhyan Mudra. Keep your palm facing upward upon the thigh for the Dhyan Mudra. Arm and shoulders should be loose and relaxed. Close your eye and sit with a slightly upturned face. You need not concentrate, just maintain a mild focus between the eyebrows and be conscious of each breath. Dissolve your thoughts and try to attain single and pure thought. Remain in this posture. Meditation is the most important component of yoga practice. It helps the practitioner to eliminate negative emotions like fear, anger, depression, anxiety, and to develop positive emotions. Keep the mind calm and quiet. Increase concentration, memory, clarity of thought, and willpower through the meditation. Rejuvenates the whole body and mind, giving them proper rest. Meditation leads to self-realization. Now, take a deep inhale and slowly exhale. Concentrate between your eyebrows and simultaneously towards your normal breathing. Now we will move towards the Sankalpa. Remain in this posture only. I commit myself to remain in a balanced state of mind all the time. It is in the state that my development reaches its greatest possibility. I commit to do my duty to self, family, at work, to society, and to the world for the promotion of peace, health, and harmony. Take a deep inhale and slowly exhale. Now, it's come to the end of the practice session, so we will move towards the Shanti path. I request everyone to bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest. Keep your back erect. Now take a deep inhale and slowly exhale. Again inhale and exhale. Now we will chant the Shanti path Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha together. Take a deep inhale. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasit Dukhavavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Remain in this posture for another some seconds. Feel the vibration of the prayer. Now, slowly take a deep inhalation and slowly exhale. Now, rub your palm slowly to make it warm. Now, place it over your eye softly. Open your eye inside your palm and slowly remove your palm. Thank you so much for joining this International Day of Yoga with Tharani Yogini. Thank you so much.